Lennon, he had got his autograph earlier in the day, and
Yeah,
then he
and
was
waited
waiting
for him
for him. And when he came back,
and
he
killed
shot
him.
him and killed him. And now
100%.
he had three options to escape. He could have ran right into Central Park, got lost in there. He could have ran a half a block down and got on the subway, or he could have just ran to the streets of New York
He
and
actually
got
waited
caught
for
in
the
all,
police to come
what
get him. Now
goes
that's
on in
crazy.
Manhattan every day. You know what he did?
He waited for the police.
Mark David, I think Mark David Chapman. I think that's the guy that did it, if I remember right. You know what he did? He stepped back in the shadows, pulled out the book, The Catcher in the Rye, and was reading it when the people came,
That's
when the
crazy.
authorities came. That's some pretty bizarre behavior, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think, let me ask y'all, the audience a question. Do you think that John Lennon was set up by the government? I think that's what the inference that Jesse the Body Ventura is suggesting here. Um, because John Lennon didn't agree across the board with government. And so do you think that government had some type of intervention relative to his death? Considering how it was done, the guy that shot him basically killed him and waited on the police. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that could be QAnon. I don't know. It's a theory, but I would like to get your feedback. This is a very interesting interview. Let's keep it going.
Kind of like you'd do if you had a Manchurian candidate.
Yeah.
If we're going to talk conspiracy theories here,
See,
sounds like what a Manchurian candidate would do.
it's a theory.
Do you think Trump was a
Reading
Manchurian
Catcher in the
candidate?
Rye. Huh?
Do you think Trump was a Manchurian candidate?
No, but I think there's a reason we can't see his tax returns.
Well, I think we did.
I thought we got those finally.
We
I
did.
thought we did get
Have
those and
we?
there was
I don't
nothing in.
know.
I
I'd
thought
like to
so.
know how he.
I thought
I'd
they
like to know
finally
how.
released them.
Well, I'd like to know how he makes his money and who's he
Yeah.
indebted to. See, that's why you want to see a president's tax returns.
Right.
It isn't to know how much he makes. It isn't to know his
See
wealth.
who he's
It's to
affiliated to.
know who he's dealing with because he's going to make decisions
Right.
where you don't want conflict of interest and you don't want him owing someone and
And
then
don't.
making a command decision.
Now listen. Now that is so true because some of these politicians they get in office um, by your vote, but they're actually doing the favors to the people that's giving them the money. You see what I'm saying? So they're not really working on your behalf. They're working on the person that gave them the money. Listen, let me tell y'all something. People don't give you money without an exchange. There's nobody that's going to give you money without an exchange. And so politicians go into office. But the exchange is, well, let me do this favor because of the money that I got. So we, the people, it's almost like this is really not a democracy, is it? If they're not working for us, they're working for the money. This is very interesting. Let's keep this going.
The country of the United States based upon the fact you're a puppet
See?
because my mother taught me to have no debt. And
Wow.
why did my mom and dad teach me that? Because they both lived through the Depression,
Wow.
both World War II veterans. Not many people can say my mom served in North Africa, which predated Normandy. And both my parents instilled into me, you can't be free and have debt.
That is
Yeah.
true.
If you have debt, you're not free.
That is true.
So I bring up Trump because I'm just gonna get right to it. But people want you to
You
run
know
for.
that listen, that's just like a car note. You know how like some people they go and get a brand new car and then they put it on Facebook and show everybody their new car. But it's like, well, wait a minute, you owe a payment. You got a debt. Why would you brag about a debt? I mean, the car is nice, but there's a caveat that comes behind it, which is a debt, which is the car note, which is interest. Keep it going. I love this
President.
conversation.
It looks like our option is going to be Trump or Biden. And many people are hoping Governor Jesse Ventura jumps into the race.
Yes, I hope
What's
he
the
Well,
gets in
chance
it.
that you would run
Get
for
in it.
president?
We need you.
Governor Jesse Ventura tried last time through the Green Party. and it was a miserable failure because they're fractured. It would have required me to bring the party back together and then in the meantime take on the Democrats and Republicans. Not even I can do that. Not even me. I need a party behind me. I need, like I had in Minnesota, the Independence Party. When I ran in Minnesota, we had one person paid. One. That was my campaign manager because he left his private sector job to do it full time. Everybody else was a volunteer. That's how come I was able to get elected and only raise $300,000, which I spent on TV ads to show you're a legitimate candidate. Now, getting back to
That's
the
not very
question
much.
at hand.
That's not very much,
That's
actually.
right. Considering the other side spent $12 million.
Wow.
Anyway, getting back to your question.
Wow.
Jesse Ventura can run, but there's obstacles that have to be in place. I must have ballot access in all 50 states.
And you got to get into the
So
debate.
you could do that with the Libertarian Party.
Well, I don't have the machinery to do that. Well, are the Libertarians going to nominate me?
Maybe.
No. They're going to
Maybe.
get like the Greenies did. You know what the Greenies said about me? One of them actually said, well, is he one of us? And I thought, how offensive